Hardly believe we're here. Legalized sports betting in North Carolina. It took years and years to make it happen. WRL's investigative sports reporter Brian Murphy has been covering the developments for a while now. With the legalized betting officially underway as of noon today, Brian takes an in-depth look at what it took to make it happen.
Less than 6 years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court gave states the authority to legalize sports betting. And now?
Sports betting is now legal in North Carolina, and I'm taking the Canes to win the Stanley Cup.
It wasn't a given that North Carolina would be one of those states. 3 years ago, in-person sports betting began at 2 Cherokee tribal casinos in far western North Carolina. But state lawmakers wrestled back and forth on the issue. In 2022, legislators voted down sports betting by a single vote. But powerful groups like the Carolina Hurricanes, other professional teams, and the gambling industry lined up behind legalization.
We held a summit here last year after it failed to explain what this means for the state. Because you had a lot of people that if you didn't think gambling was happening in North Carolina, you live on a rock.
That effort and some intense lobbying won over enough skeptics to get past bipartisan opposition. The law was signed last summer, and the Lottery Commission worked to launch sports betting before this year's ACC tournament.
This is something that we know goes on. People gamble, and now with the internet and mobile betting, it happens all over the place. So my thought was at that time that North Carolina, with sufficient safeguards, should go ahead and take advantage of this, because we know it's a big thing, it's a lot of money. It can create a ton of jobs. You can corral what's happening anyway and put some guardrails on it and use the benefit for the state taxpayers to draw in revenues.
Sports betting companies expect North Carolina to be a big state for betting, and that could bring in upwards of $100 million in taxes. Some tax revenue will go to gambling addiction treatment and education. Other money to youth sports and athletic departments at UNC system colleges. Still more could be used to lure big-time sporting events to the state. And Cooper, a big sports fan, wants the Canes to win for more than just his bet.
What I would really love is if we could, my last year as governor, we could win the Stanley Cup, because I'd be lobbying Tom Dundon and Don Waddell and Gary Bettman for the cup in the governor's mansion for a day. I'd pour a little Diet Sundrop in it. We'd have a great, great time here.
Brian Murphy, WRAL News.